Welcome to week 3 of the Elestriad, where MBT, representing Aeolus and the Wind Pantheon, is throwing down against Drewby, also representing Aeolus and the Wind Pantheon. Drewby got an epic start to the Elestriad, going 2-0, and MBT sitting at 1-1 is looking to claim back one of the top spots in the Elestriad so far. Be sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I'm super excited to see what these two casters are going to be opening up and adding to their card pools. I think you guys are going to be excited. And don't forget to head over to shop@Elestrals.com and sign up for Shattered Stars or pick up some starter decks yourself. Test your luck on grabbing yourself a Stellar. There's still plenty of those to be found. Let me know who you guys want to win this one, and let's dive in to the openings.
Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, and this is the week you've been waiting for. So far, the Yugists have been absolutely showing up everyone else, but trust me when I say our dominance is only dawning. That's because from this point on, we will be playing what is, in essence, a Tier 1 constructed deck in Limited. We picked the Wind starter and then the Thunder starter, so we would have the material necessary to build Tempest. The only thing we're missing is Tempest, and we'll be able to get it in this, the Founders Pack, which has a guaranteed copy of it.
What is going on, guys? Drewby here, bringing you our week 3 opening for our next round of product for the Elestriad. This time around, we are opting to go for a Thunder deck over here, the old Imperial Thunder deck. I was either going to go with this or the Earth deck, but I said, you know what? I want the support cards from both. Like, both could have been really good here for all their own reasons, but I opted for this. I'm going to open it now and show you why. But I already tore it a little bit to make it easy here, so we're just going to open this bad boy up. Maybe we get lucky and we get the Stellar, but it is what it is. We'll find out we get very shortly. And then I will show you from here the exact cards that I wanted from this and why I want them.
So, I will not waste any time. The cards in the Founders Pack, I believe, are already known, so I'm not going to be able to pog out of my mind too much unless I open a Stellar, though, as you all have seen, sometimes that's not even a guarantee that I give you any sort of monetizable reaction. Let's just see what we're working with here, and then my opponents can see what they're working with for the next 6 weeks.
I think MBT is making a power play going for that promo pack. It adds a ton of staple cards into your deck pool, and most importantly, gives him the Tempest. I'm really surprised to see MBT be the first to dive into that promo pack, but let's see if Drewby's gonna get that Stellar Quackle.
There is the beautiful Hollow Imperial. We could also just opt to go all Thunder as well, you know? We could be that guy, like, you know what, I don't really play Wind this week. Let's go Thunder. But we'll talk more about that once we get to the deck builder, but for now, let's open this bad boy up and show you exactly why I chose this. If I can get it open, that would be awesome. I'm sure it's going to be cut out anyway. I'm sorry, editing team. I'm struggling over here. All right, we did it. We have a little opening here. We're going to open this bad boy up, and we're going to explain our thought process and logic here. So like I said, the core of our deck, what we pull from the packs, I think is good enough. And we just gotta round it out a bit. So let's just go through this real quick and see what we got going on. I will throw that out later. There's the beautiful Imperial. Can we get the Quackle? I don't think we did it, but hey. Alright. So let me just move these guys aside. This is like the little bread and butter of this deck. These guys are cool. These guys are awesome. These cards are great. Now, Toxine's a beautiful card. This might be going in. This being you play it and you burn your opponent for 1. It's pretty good. Anytime Toxin receives 1 Thunder Spirit or more, guess what? You're doing some damage to your opponent. So that's actually really cool. And even Galvenom over here, another phenomenal card. You could expend 3 Thunder and you could pop up to 2 cards. So that's pretty good. You can enchant him with the 3, or like if you ascend, and then like, I don't know, at some point you can pop up to 2 cards and then even get rid of himself and then pop the 2 cards. So it could be a 2-for-1 kind of thing, you know? So I'm not going. We already have the Ricera, so I'm going to go over that. Spark It. This is a reason why I want this deck right now. I didn't realize last time you can Nexus up to 2 Thunder. So I could choose 1. Alright, and when I Nexus up to 1 Thunder, guess what? I look at my opponent's hand and ditch a card. Not only do you get the knowledge of your opponent's hand, you get the knowledge of what they can do, and you get rid of one of the best cards from their hand, or rip something from their hand, and now you know what they have, you know? Like, this card is actually insane. So we're going to probably put this at a 3-up coming up, since we're going to have a mirror match going on. But we'll get into that once we get to the deck builder for now. And then we have Ash Rabbit. Ash Rabbit is actually insane. Now we have 3 of these. So having 3 Ash Rabbit to our disposal, a 2/5 body, and top 3, we grab a card, just going to speed up our deck a bit. These are a reason why I opened this deck. I'm going to put these to the side for now, because that's going to be really good. We already got Joltons, don't worry about that. Alter our Boom Bats, we already have 3, we're running 3. Don't need Spinal Nip, don't need War Mites, they're cool. Here we go, Nectar of the Gods and the Ambrosia. Now with this, I have 3 Nectar of the Gods, 3 Ambrosia. We're probably going to do 2 Nectars, 3 Ambrosias in the deck, and leave this one on the side. Maybe we run 3 Nectar of the God, but I think 3 might be too much, because it costs, I mean, 2 was a big hefty amount there, plus all the stand-in and something we're going to be doing, so I think we're going to just do that. Nectar of the Gods and Ambrosia, we definitely want Ambrosia at 3. Ambrosia is just an insane card, we want that at 3 as a max. Circle the Skies, whatever. Now, Zeus might be going in as well. Zeus is really good. This is like a little ramp for the deck, and we could ditch 1 Thunder and give an Elestral -3 and -3. It has to be an opponent. For example, Demeter or Demeter, I never say it right, is just an Elestral, gets a +3/+3. But this has to be an opponent, and it is a -3 attack, -2 defense until the end phase. Pretty good support card. And in the mirror match, I'm going up against the Wind deck coming up. My Aeolus, I don't really know if I need Aeolus. I think I'd rather have this for utility, but we'll see. We'll talk more about that, like I said, in the deck builder.
All right, so we've got we've got a Pandicine, a Sparkit, woo! Looks nice, a Viserys, a more pretty Pandicine, a Sorlet, an Astrabbit, Circle the Sky, War Might. Oh! He's looking nice. That's the boy. Zeus upon his back, and I can just smell the 6 winds from here. Kraken. Whoa. Is this a personal slight against me? Raceros, Boombat, Drataya, Glidesdale, Foamy, Tadpuff, Flurmine, Kindleo, Rummagem, Veritaqua, Ignector, Urscout, Ursmog, Urseer, Majursa. We can now play a 1-1-1 Hydrake split. I don't know if we will. And Chillotl. Feeling very, very good about our prospects. See you in the deck building.
Metal Olympus is the field card that they all get. Obviously, the stadium card that all the starter decks get. Might play, might not, I don't know. We went over this. When we pull those normally don't need. Earthquakes. We definitely want Earthquake here because Earthquake is phenomenal. So, like, we have Boombats, obviously. Boombat is like a 1-for-1. You play it, you pop something. But Earthquake, you pop something, and you could still play an Elestral. So that could be important. We have access to 2 of those. And we have 3 Earth Spirits in this deck as well. So we have some Earth Spirits there as well. Now, this is what I really want. These 3 cards right here is what's really important to me this week in the Elestriad. Shield of Achilles is really good. Basically, this can only be used when your opponent attacks. When they attack, you can expand Spirit up to the cost of the attacking Elestral and put it back in their hands. Okay? Not destroy, goes back to their hands. So when my opponent gets his Pantera out or his big boy out, well, guess what? It's going back to your hand now. You got to do it again. I want this. This is just a good card in general. It is a counter rune, and we want that because it is phenomenal. Pandora's Box, another good utility card. I wish you could get more of these, or I pulled more of these, but it is what it is. We want at least 1, and we got the 1 now. You know, it's a good card, a nice little counter rune here as well. If my opponent goes to search, I can just negate the effect and make them Meltsu, I believe, right? Yeah. So if my opponent activates an effect that searches for or casts a card from the deck, it can be used against plenty of cards. For example, my own Hydrakes, you know? Okay, I can just say, nah, no effect. You're not getting anything. You're going to mill too. So we'll see what happens with that. But this is the reason why I wanted this for this week in particular. And then, of course, we get our Zapdos here. We get all these Thunder Spirits, which is nice. We get the 3 Earth Spirits, which I actually really need if we want to run some Earthquakes and whatnot. And then we get more Thunder. So I opened this starter deck for those reasons right there. And we're going to try to incorporate these cards on the right over here outside of the Thunder Spirits. Obviously, get some Thunder Spirits going, but we'll see what we got going on here. And that is what we're going to do for our week 3 product opening. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you for the deck building.
MBT has a really cool strategy with that Volt Tempest now and Thunder and Wind. Let's take a look at their deck profile and see what they're going to be bringing for this Week 3 clash.
Hey everybody, it's your boy, Mr. Beast, and I'm so excited I get to show the deck that I have been preparing for the last few weeks off to you finally. This is Volt Tempest, and it all revolves around this card, Volt Tempest. So Volt Tempest is guaranteed in the Founders Pack, which is why I opened that. This card does not have an out at the current point. It can disenchant a lightning or wind spirit from it to force an opponent to expend 3 spirits from their spirit deck. And provided you have a divine room, then it is unable to be targeted by opponent's card effects. Essentially, you can just sit on it and burn your opponent every turn, and with 13 attack, pretty much nothing can ever walk over it. Because I know what my opponents opened for the last couple of weeks, I know full well they do not have a convincing out to this card, so I expect to be able to use it to wall them to death. We're going to make it by going through Griffuse, our 2-drop Elestral, and after that we've got a bunch of Thunder and Wind Elestrals. Let's begin with our Thunders. Unsurprisingly, we're playing 3 Astrabbit, unbelievably broken card, 3 Elechick, so we can have consistent access to the Divine Rune that makes our Volt Tempest untargetable, 3 Spark Hit as a way to scout answers, and I did have to play this because it came in the Founders Pack. I'm on 2 Boombat. I don't love Boombat, but we are kind of hurting for guys. He'll be replaced with better removal spells later. Toxion tends to close out close game states and has a lot of attack, which is pretty important because my opponent's going to be on Wind. Zeus we're playing 2 of, and then we're playing a very small package of Wind Elestrals as well. 1 Sorlet, 2 Arrowmare. The Arrowmare here is just in for the 5 defensive power just to wall our opponent while we find our way to our combo. And of course, I think P-Gust is pretty good. I think there's a number of runes that I'm going to want to be clearing the way for Volt Tempest. 1 Aeolus as well, just as a mechanism by which to toolbox a little bit. We are playing water. We've got 1 Veritaqua. I assume that like Astrabbit is going to be pretty hard to get over, and this is a way to do so. And of course, we are playing 3 Tsunami because the card is really good. Finally, we are on 3 Earthquake, which has made our Spirit deck really confused. For free agents, we're on 2 Resting on Your Laurels, 2 Shield of Achilles, 1 Pandora's Box, 2 Nectar of the Gods, and finally the full playset of Ambrosia. In the Spirit deck, I'll just freely admit this, the numbers are not fantastic because we are playing 4 different colors. We are on 9 Zaptor, we are on 5 Lycoris, which does not seem like enough. We're on 4 Terratlas, so we can go ahead and resolve Earthquake twice, and 2 Leviathan. Realistically, I'm going to be misenchanting cards with Terratlas if we don't open Earthquake, because we're only going to have to resolve it once, most likely. I'm super confident in my strategy, and I think as we get more cards after this week, we're going to be able to shave down some of the utility cards like the Veritaqua and get a much more concentrated list for future weeks. But for now, I'm feeling really, really good. I'm pretty sure my opponent can't possibly win under any circumstances, and I look forward to steamrolling the remainder of the tournament.
It seems as though MBT has everything he needs to execute his strategy. But what will Drewby bring with both Wind and Thunder at his side? Let's take a look.
What is going on, guys? Drewby here, bringing you our deck builder for Week 3 up against MTB. It's going to be a mirror match in the Wind archetype. I can't even freaking say the word over here. So we're going to try to get a little zesty here. I don't know if it's going to work out great for me or not, but basically, we made a very, very heavy Thunder influence on our deck now for this. I don't want to have the mirror match. It's going to be like, are we all Hydrakes and Twindras? Who's going to attack first? You know, we're going to be sitting there kind of thing. So I'm going to take the initiative and try to change some things up here. So first things first, we still have the triple Hydrake. We still have the Hydrake package, you know. 2 Twindra, 3 Hydrake, and then the 1 Pantera. All right. So that's like the Wind bread and butter right there. You're going to have those bad boys going. No reason to take them out. Still a great card, and also we just crash, and there goes both of our things. What I mean by that is crash our Hydrakes, then we crash our Twindras, then whoever attacked has the Pantera. They have the option, do they want to crash Panteras or not, but we'll see what that comes down to once we get there. But that's my logic there kind of thing. I don't know. Then we have 2 P-Gust here. P-Gust, we're going to be popping runes. Like I said, we took a lot of the Wind stuff out of our deck for this week. Might change that up, and then we still have the the Arrowmare, and the Glidesdale combos, because Glidesdale is one of the few Elestrals we can ascend onto or into, And then Pigas is just great utility, and then a 4/5 body is still a 4/5 body, you know, no matter what we got going on there. Then, this is where we get zesty and heavy with the Thunder package here. Triple Boom Bat, this card is just phenomenal. It's a catch-up mechanic, it's a win more mechanic if I'm on the lead, and I'm reducing my opponent's field while I still have Elestrals on my field. It's just like a win more card that way. It keeps momentum in my favor. If I'm behind, they can pop something for a 1-for-1 and get myself back in the game, get rid of a big threat. Phenomenal card all around. So we have 3 Boom Bat, then we have Spark It. I was going to go 3 of these, but I opted for 2 because 3 seems a little greedy, but maybe I want it early. I don't know. But we're going to go with 2 this week. Maybe I'll change it up for next week because card is insane. Elestrals, you don't really have a lot of draw power in the game just yet. The cards you do have in the beginning are very influential, obviously. And yeah, you have Cycle, you can spend 1 Spirit to draw a card, but then you can't summon. And then you can also have things like Nectar of the Gods and whatnot. But eliminating options from your opponent's hand is always phenomenal. And this card says you can Nexus up to 2 Thunder. So I can just choose 1 Thunder and then, you know, I get the effect activated with my opponent's hand and get rid of a threat, or just reducing their options is always phenomenal. So I wanted that 3, but it might be a little too greedy, so I'm going for 2. Maybe somebody else will run it at 3, but I'm going to run it at 2 this week, see what happens. Triple Ash Rabbit, if you guys obviously don't know by now, I did open the Thunder deck, so we have options for a lot of Thunder cards, hence why I'm doing this, and why I opened the Thunder deck. Ash Rabbit's insane. Top 3, grab a card, not a specific card, just a card. You don't got to show your opponent, you just grab it, add it to your hand, and it's a 2/5 body. Insane to ascend off of, or just good early game in general. So that's why we have triple Ash Rabbit coming in hot. Then we have our 2 searches over here, 1 Elechick, 1 Jolton. We get our Divine Rune, we get our Stadium Rune, and our Divine Rune for the week is going to be 2 Zeus. We have 2 Zeus because having the Thunder, extra Thunder Spirits out is phenomenal for, let's say, our Spark It, or just to like ascend off of, or just get some ramp going, if you will, you know, just get some momentum in your favor going. And obviously, because reversing the Wind deck, if he has his Wind Speed, I mean, if he has, well, it's a Stadium card, if he has his Wind Stadium up, it's going to boost both sides of the field. So I figure, you know what, if he has his up, sure, you can boost my Hydrakes, my P-Gus, my Aeromares and whatnot, but if you don't have that up, and I have mine up, I can just boost my guys. But if you get yours up, I still get some advantage out of it, or some, like, you know, some action out of that. But for the most part, I'm going to rely on Zeus this week, and I'm going to rely on, obviously, Mount Olympus over here. Making something neg 3 is great. So, for example, like if I have Zeus out, and then we have, like, our Hydrake off here, I go Hydrake, Twindra, and then when my Pantera comes down, and his Pantera comes out, I could Zeus. Well, it wouldn't be the same turn kind of thing because you're already at the battle phase. But it's just basically making like those ties that are going to happen this week more advantageous for me. I think some of them neg 3 or +3 attack or defensive to the end phase, and I could obviously put up to 4 total Thunder Spirit on him, which helps a lot, like I said, with our Spark Kit over here, and if we want to ascend and things like that. So that's what my idea is right here. We don't need 3 of all these things. We can just have 1 searcher, and then like we can even do like 1 and 1, but it's fine. I kind of do want to have more than 1 Zeus in the matchup, I think. So we got that going on for this week. And then we have double Riceros. I wanted to go triple, but it seems like also a little greedy. Like, this card turn 1 is insane. As the game goes on, he gets worse, you know, because they already have a board presence and whatnot, and they can attack kind of thing. But turn 1, like, having this in defense, now no matter what my opponent plays a Thunder Celestial, they can't attack. And then it's my turn. I could just go, boom, ascend into something if I have the cards to ascend into and whatnot. And also just slows the opponent's deck down. Their Hydrakes, all their win cards are slowed down. And if they go, like, into their Storlet, even if they want to put them in attack mode, they can't attack until next turn. So, like, we could dabble there and, like, just slow our opponent down kind of thing. That's where we got that going on. And then being a heavy Thunder base deck, we get double Quackle. Get 3 Thunder Spirits back to our Underworld to the deck, which is awesome. Healing, it's great. We keep our juices flowing there and just get healing plus more stuff for our Thunder component of the deck. And then we have these guys right here. I wanted to run more, but, like, I wish I pulled more of these. Like, I don't really have many cards to ascend into in the deck. And I was thinking about maybe going to Galvenom, because the 6/2 body isn't that amazing. It's 7/3 with a it'll actually be a little bit higher than 7/3. It could be like 8/4 possibly with the Stadium up. But either way, expending 3 to pop 2 seems really, really, really good. So, like, I definitely want to run at least 1, try it out. 2 I couldn't fit in the deck here. Like, I could have taken out like a Quackle or the Riceras or something, but I'm just going to experiment, see what happens, go with this. Maybe I want more Galvanum in the future. Maybe I don't know. But spend 3, pop 2 could be really, really, really clutch. But the body is a little low at the stadium. So, see what we got going on there. Likeable, obviously, it's Spark It. But actually not the same exact thing, but the same ability. But this time around, instead of Nexus Scene, Thunder Spirits, you play this bad boy, you attack, you beat over an Elestral. If you do, you look at the hand and ditch a card. So that's obviously phenomenal as well. We saw how it worked out for us in week 1 of the Elestriad. The first ability, we're still not going to get it off. We have no amp ups. We pulled 1 amp up so far, so that ain't happening. But that is our Likeable and our 2 cards we could kind of ascend into, add some more options. And then we get to the support of the deck here. We now have 2 Nectar of the Gods, 3 Ambrosia. Ambrosia is insane. Nectar of the Gods is freaking great. I could do a 3 and 3, but I think 2 Nectar of the Gods should be more than enough. I might regret that. We'll figure it out. That's what we got going on there. Ambrosia is obviously just insane. Keeps our deck going and flowing. Then we have double Shields of Achilles and the 1 Tsunami. Tsunami is great. The Spirit deck is just so tight this week because I want to run like Thunder and Wind. So now we have, I think it's what? We have 12 Thunder Spirit, 7 Winds, and 1 Water. That is what our Spirit, I'm sorry. No, it is 7, yeah. 7 Winds, 1 Water, and 12 Thunder for the week 3 matchup over here. So we'll see what's going to pay off for us. I'm not sure. I'm a little like wary. I don't know if maybe I should just go for the full mirror match, but again, don't know what my opponent's going to do. We're going to figure it out. Shield of Achilles is phenomenal in the mirror match. Basically, this card bounces something back to the hand for if you pay the same price as it is to summon it. So if my opponent gets his Pantera out after doing his whole little chain thing, the Pantera comes out. I'm like, well, that's annoying. I can't deal with that just yet. So what I can do is they attack me, activate this, I pay 1 for this, 3 here, and it goes back to his hand. So his whole entire line is gone. You're not going to use this unless you absolutely have to until the whole entire Pantera comes out. Otherwise, you can just replay it and do it again. So basically, when I wait for them to go with the Pantera, they attack, you bounce it back to their hand, and now it's stuck in their hand, and their whole entire engine is gone. So it's like a dead card in their hand for the most part. Unless they just hard cast it for 3. But that's going to be hard to do. And that is my... That's what I got going on right now, my friends. That is a deck. Hopefully it works out for us, and I will see you guys for the matchup of week 3 up against me and MBT. Have a good one, guys.
I gotta tell you what, looking at the deck profiles, I gotta give the edge to MBT. I think his Elestral removal with Earthquake is gonna prove to be incredibly useful in this clash, especially with Drewby trying to rely on things like Hydrate to gain an advantage. With that being said, if Drewby's able to keep some Elestrals on the field and get out one of his stronger 2-cost or 3-cost Elestrals, that could spell doom for MBT. That Galvenom can be incredibly oppressive when used correctly, so keep an eye out for that. I think this is gonna be a great clash. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and let me know who you want to win this one, and we'll see you tomorrow for the throwdown.